Hello guys and welcome to another, or not to another, to actually some kind of opinion video or disappointment video, however you want to call it. I just had to make a video about this. I just woke up an hour or two ago, so excuse my voice. I have a bit of water here to get that voice going, but it should be better over the video. First of all, I actually made some kind of script for this, so I know what I'm talking and don't lose track. Second of all, it's going to be a little bit unorganized because I don't want to record it in chunks. I just want to do the entire thing. So you're gonna see me start up different things and show off different things. So be warned. But it can't be worse than the thing we saw yesterday on the eRace in Vegas. That's what the thing is about, like you could see from the title. So, yeah, let's begin with my the opinion overall, like how I actually noticed the thing and what I had of an opinion before the thing started yesterday, the main event. I knew about this event from Olli Pakala because he posted about it on his Facebook, and I was like, Formula E. I'm not a huge Formula E fan. I think, yeah, it's fun, but I don't follow the races because they are. I don't even know where to watch them, and yeah, I raced the mod a bit in R-Factor 1. And it's fun, but yeah, that's about it. So that's like my point of view about Formula E. It's a nice thing. It's supposed to be fun, and that's my thing about it. So I noticed the event about I noticed the event about Formula E thing, the eRace from Olli Pakala on his Facebook, where he posted that he is in there and doing qualifying races and is doing pretty good and was really happy that he could go there and all that fun stuff. Also his whole sim racing team. And the thing that really made me happy was that they didn't just race with each other, like just sim racers, that they actually put the real people in, like the real racing drivers that race these things, you could say, for a living. And that you have that merge between sim racing and real racing. That really made it interesting. Also, there was a prize money of $1 million. That personally got hyped up way too much. I know it's a huge sum for sim racing because sim racing, as you might know, is a very small community. I would say it's maybe one of the smallest communities I actually know, and sadly one of the communities that's split up the most because everyone's like, my simulator is better than yours because I have mirrors or whatever. So yeah, that's how I got the idea of this event, and I knew what it was. So let's go to the thoughts about yesterday. Today is the 8th of January. The event was yesterday for me. It was today actually for me because time zones, but don't mind that. I think the overall thing was planned good. It looked professional. I mean, the commentators looked professional. I knew the commentator from FSR from 5 years ago. It was kinda nostalgia for me because Bournemouth was in the race, and the guy commentating did the FSR commentating 5 years ago, and even he said some days ago that he is gone full cycle because he started commentating on sim racing, is now commentating Formula E, and now would commentate a sim racing event again. So he basically went full cycle, which is actually pretty cool that he said that. The funny thing also was for me that basically no one really knew Bonohu's past. because everyone is just looking at Gregor Hutu because iRacing and yeah, their stuff, because it's weighted much higher because it's iRacing for some reason. And well, yeah, no one really knew Bono Huis besides some people, like the commentator. And from me, it was clear from the beginning that he would just dominate the thing, because knowing him from the past and knowing that he dominated the FSR 5 years in a row, and knowing that R Factor is not easy to race in, especially at this high level, it was just a bit funny to me, because everyone was like, Gregor Hutu's gonna win this easy, no problem, who's that Bono guy? So that was my overall opinion um, about the whole thing, how it was presented, because it really had that underdog thing going, at least in the stream chat yesterday on Twitch. Even though I would strongly advise to not use the chat because it was kind of horrible, but Twitch is gonna Twitch, and sim racing is not for everyone, especially when it's shown on a channel that apparently shows Counter-Strike and all that other stuff, like the mainstream things. So yeah, sim racing is a pretty niche thing, so everyone was kind of also confused. But yeah, that were my thoughts about yesterday. Um, we're gonna get to the critical parts a bit later, because you're probably already wondering why I'm making this video, even though I'm kinda happy about it. So let's go straight into the action then. I prepared something really small. It's not something special, but what really got me was how the mod and the track was. So I'm gonna start R Factor 1, not the thing you saw yesterday. I'm just gonna start R Factor 1 and see. First of all, I wanna hope that my stupid recording works. And second of all, this is R Factor 1, this is not R Factor 2. You saw R Factor 2 yesterday. And I just wanna show you how bad um, how bad the competition yesterday made R Factor 2 look in terms of R Factor 1, because you're gonna notice that when I load up R Factor 1, well, you're gonna see that it almost looks the same, even though R Factor 2 obviously looks a bit better. The main thing people don't get in this is that, let me just skip the intro. Also, it's a Formula E mod from 2015-16 from VCP, or WCP, sorry, there was some German in there. So we have some, so I can actually show something that kinda is the thing. Let's just hope my screen works, there we go. So yeah, let's go back to the thing. This is R Factor 1, it's a really, really old game, but it's a good simulator. People always get mad that some people call simulators games. I call it a game because I play it and I have fun. But if someone would ask me what kind of game it is, I would say it's a simulator. Like I would say Counter-Strike is a FPS game, or whatever. It's the genre of the thing. Let's just quickly buy a car so I can show something off. Let's take Daniel Abt, because he's kinda great and I like his content and he's a funny guy. Let's just wait because loading times. So yeah, basically this is the Formula E mod from WCP. As you can see, the cars, well, you shouldn't go for the looks in a simulator because it's all about the physics, and people don't really get that because there's just too many other games, like I said, the Corsa, Project Cars, R Factor 2, iRacing. Sorry if I forget anything, I probably forget some major title. But yeah, there's so many competitors in that small genre or thing that people almost always just look for the graphics, because, well, it's the first thing that comes to you. the first thing you see is the graphics, because you can't see the physics, you can't see how it dries, you just see the graphics. That's the first thing you actually notice about the game. Um, it's like the first thing you think when you see a new game. You go like, "Oh, that looks really great. So it must be fun." Let me just see if I can. I already knew what kind of track I wanted to use for this, so let's get that. We're gonna use a stock content from ISI. I'm just gonna, not the hilly what? Not the hill climb. Let's just use this. Also, let's dump that down a bit so we don't get ear problems. So yeah, let's go and load that up. Hopefully everything works, because I haven't tested it, but that's the thing I wanted to show. Also, this is kinda, I would say it's a Formula E track. You could use this perfectly fine as a Formula E track. It's a pretty fun circuit, so why not? I'm getting lost. So yeah, the thing about the whole event is, I wanted to show off how this looks in rFactor 1. And I've done many, let me just try to minimize this and turn down the sound, because I think it's really loud. Actually, let's keep it like that, who cares? I've done many championships, organized them, and even though if it was with AI or sometimes real people, but every time I try to show off these games that I show to the public, I try to show them at the best possible quality I can do. Yesterday was not the case. Yesterday was kinda bad, and there's that lovely sound. Yesterday was kinda really bad because, I don't know, the first thing I noticed was the track was really bad, and let's do it like that maybe. First thing was, I noticed the track was really bad. Don't take this, what you see right here, as a thing for rFactor 2. I just want to show off something while I talk, and this is kind of on topic. I'm gonna go to rFactor 2 later, but yeah, that's kind of the thing. Even, yeah, even the thing what made me really sad was seeing that it's a big event, sponsored by the FIA and Formula E and Visa and all that money-making stuff, and they couldn't come up with the idea of actually maybe getting good people in it, like good organizers, people who know about the stuff. Like, I don't know, get like people that do big leagues and ask them how to do it, to show it properly. But in the end, the people really didn't care about that, I guess. Because in the end, it's all about the money. Because time is money, friend. And the thing what really baffled me was seeing how bad the game ran on the streaming machines. Like you can see here, I can easily do this at 60 FPS, no sweat. I mean, it's rFactor 1, but still, I can easily do it, and I'm just a normal person like you and I, who has just a PC who's probably a bit older. Like, my hardware is pretty old right now, but I can still do it. And it was really baffling to see yesterday that they couldn't pull it off. Like, if I want to showcase something like that, because it never really happened, that was like the one big event for Simracing, and then they showed off like some 1998 racing game that just looks bad. I mean, even if I showed this, maybe it would have been better, because, well, I know the looks are bad for the times, but at least it ran fluid, so you could say, oh, it's a pretty old game or simulator, but at least it's running fine without problems. So let's actually let's leave this pretty German town, I would say, because everything I see here is German. Let's leave rFactor 1. I just want to show it while I was talking. But yeah, that's like the thing, like what really baffled me the most was how poorly it was set up, how it looked, and how it ran the whole event. Like you could see the frame rate dropping every time, and it was really bad. That was like the big thing for me. Um, Also in this mod, the fan boost thing was also a thing, but we're getting to this later. Um, let's just quickly go into R-Factor 2 that I've prepared here, and just hope everything works. And yeah, now while we are getting an R-Factor 2, which is a really good simulator, you shouldn't cloud your mind from yesterday because it was shown, yeah, pretty bad. And you maybe know the VEC, the Virtual Endurance Championship. If you want to see what R-Factor 2 is about, and if you see how it performs, just check out their YouTube channel or whatever, and look at past broadcasts, and then you see how good it actually looks and works. Um, so let's go to my thoughts on the issues of the event. I think the parts I saw was the whole HUD of the presentation, like the whole presentation was kind of bad. Like you had your game going, and you had just a tower on the top left, and which said the names of the people, and that was it. The other thing was just like a TV camera or whatever. I'm just gonna pick something good, I guess. Maybe something that isn't too loud. um, do I have the? Well, we could technically use the Endurance series because it's one of the best things right now. Let's just do that. Maybe not this track. Let's go with something that maybe looks good. Because that's a huge fact about R-Factor 1 and 2. There's like tracks that look bad, and then there's tracks that look beautiful. And why not just get some ISI content, I guess? Because why not show off the game, how it's meant to be? Let's get some AI drivers going. It's gonna load forever. But that should be alright. I guess it should be ISI content, I think. I hope. If not, I'm lying. It looks different. I think whatever, it should be alright. So yeah, back to the presentation. I'm getting lost. Like you can see, it's a pretty long video, but that's how it goes. Yeah, the presentation was kind of poor. The frame rate, the showcase of the sim, the running, how it was, the camera work was kind of bad. I mean, even I as an amateur can do better work and put on the action feel of the real life racing into it. The presentation was kind of bad with with only having a tower, not even lap times, not even having anything like gaps between the cars, positions, pop-ups where everyone is, a pop-up what car you're actually watching. Like nothing was displayed. You could have just guessed who you were watching, or just hoping that the commentator tells you, oh, we are watching Olli Pakala, oh, we are watching Bono Ruiz, oh, we are watching who, whatever. The idea of the whole thing was a 20 lap race with one pit stop to change the car, and at some point people could use a fan boost. The fan boost was voted like in Formula E, like you normally do on the page. And if you don't know what the fan boost is, it's basically you get it, I think, you either get it once in the entire race or once per lap. I think you get it once in the entire race, and it's for 6 seconds. That's how it was planned for the event. Of course, because the mod was third party made and not by the people of R-Factor 2, well, of course it fucked up. Because as soon as the fan boost was engaged on the car, it was engaged for the entire time of the race. So in the end, Olli Pakala had the fan boost not for 6 seconds he had it for 6 entire laps, and that made it really weird because Bonhuis and the guy in second had like a 1 minute gap, and the pit stop takes around like 50 to 40 seconds. And at the end of the pit stop, Olli Pakala suddenly was in the lead for in like 20 seconds. What that was really confusing. The reason for that was Olli Pakala was lapping 2 or almost 3 seconds faster every lap than the guys in front because of the fan boost. If I got it right, Sportsmanship was really great because I think Olli Pakala himself told the people that he had the thing for the entire time. I guess that would also kind of explain why he was so confused when he won, because there was no happiness. But I mean, he's a Finn. I know that sounds weird, but like maybe he was also confused. Like he was like maybe thinking, why did it work all the time? It shouldn't be like that, and why did like everything? That's wrong. So it was kind of great that they actually smiled and um, they took it like sportsmen and be like, okay, that was not my error. It was a great race, but still, that was kind of messed up. Let me just press that button and my keyboard will make all the sounds because it's funny. I don't know what the button is to go fast in this, but well, we don't care. Um, let's get to the this is basically first of all R-Factor 2, great simulator, and I can only recommend it. And as you can see, it looks, yeah, like you would expect. It's a good. It's not the perfect ultimate look like Project Cars, but I don't care about that because, well, if you look for that in these games, you are in the wrong game. And I just picked something that would look kind of great. I also have to say I have no anti-aliasing enabled. I think only at 2 or 4. So if you see any edges that look weird, not my fault. My fault, not the game's fault. But yeah, also this is just something in the back, so you actually know how the game would look if it was presented right. This is also the Enduracers mod from Enduracers. You can get it, it's pretty great. Some people have issues with it because some stuff is not simulated properly, but yeah, it's overall a great mod. Also, for some reason, we just have Porsches right now going. So maybe something else will show up in the meantime while we talk. Let's pick a nice Porsche and keep watching him. So yeah, the impact on Simracing and R-Factor 2. And what I saw yesterday was, I know some people like playing iRacing all the time and swear it's the best thing ever to come to life. I don't mind that. Just gets annoying when you press your opinion on other people, but that's a different story. I saw lots of people complain yesterday and making fun of R-Factor 2, being like, oh, that game looks like 1998, and wow, the damage model is all wrong, and look at that, they can drive without their front wing and have no impact on it. It really made me upset, because the people who made this game don't deserve these comments, because as you can see maybe right now, it doesn't look bad, it doesn't sound bad. And I can tell you right now, it doesn't drive bad. It just, I think, since it was a really big event, it really hurt the reputation of the game. And it really made me sad, because R-Factor 1 and 2 are actually maybe my favorite sim racing games and racing games I ever played, because I started out on the PlayStation with Gran Turismo 1, and since then I always loved racing because of Formula 1, and not having the money to do it and whatever, that's the only chance I get in racing for fun, especially for me, since I almost do it just for the giggles, because it's fun. Um, like I said many times, um, when I was doing videos or whatever, I don't think there's any game that can give me... Let me get that Corvette first. I don't think there's any game that can give me the feeling that sim racing gives, because I think there's no better feeling than having someone to race with, and the mutual respect you have to each other, because you really see it in sim racing if someone is a dick or someone is a nice guy. And I mean, there's no nice guys in racing, but I mean, like, when you give each other space, when you have a great racing, and just the respect on the track and off the track. I think you don't get that in other games, and I think it's the most satisfying thing to actually do good in sim racing than any other game. So that's that's like my opinion on sim racing. But just, why is it always just Corvettes? Whatever. Um, so I think the impact on R Factor 2 is pretty bad, because everyone just saw a game being shown wrong and not professional, and it was kinda even amateurish to show it like that. And well, yeah, it really made me feel bad, because I know, like you can see right now, I can actually show off the game probably better than these guys did. Um, from the quality standpoint, I mean, like the frame rate and how it looks and all the things. Um, let's go quickly to the sim racing community. The sim racing community is kind of small, I would say, and really split up. Like, you have your iRacing people who praise it like it's given from God. Then you have like the people who enjoy every sim and just want to have fun with other people. And then you have the people who like maybe go elite on other sim racing stuff. And I think that's really bad for the entire sim racing thing, because what I would actually enjoy would be a community that would um, like work together and have fun together and not bash each other. I know that's impossible, but it's like, if you can imagine that maybe the best if you would take a game like Counter-Strike and imagine that Counter-Strike has 5 different versions of it, and they all have different content, and probably everyone hates it. Um, so yeah, I think sim racing has a long way to go in being being a really big event, because I think it's a really great thing to show off, and it deserves to be like a big thing, because maybe someday the VEC will actually kick off. I mean, it's a big thing, but I mean, like, kick off in terms of social media and all that fun thing, and that people will actually be like, dude, you know, next week there's this race coming up, and we should watch it. It's a simulator, but it's great. And maybe that will happen someday, but the most of the people just go, wow, this isn't this sim, so this whole event must be shit. Or why aren't you using this sim? And all that, you know, the stuff that makes no sense. I mean, I personally I play iRacing, I play R Factor 2, I play R Factor 1, I play I played Project Cars, I played Assetto Corsa, I played whatever, you can name it all. I mean, I would play anything just to have fun and enjoy the time in the game, and just play it with people to enjoy it, because in the end it's just the people you play with and not about the simulator or the game you play. So let's get to my final thoughts, because we are reaching the half an hour point. The final thoughts are, it was a pretty good planned event. It was purely executed. I really hope it didn't destroy the reputation of R Factor 2 too much. I really hope that the guys from R Factor 2 um, maybe can talk to the FIA, because if we do it, we will just get thrown into a bin and don't take it seriously. But maybe since they are bigger and they own the thing, maybe they can be like, guys, you had a great idea, but that's not how you do it. Maybe you should ask the people of the community how to run things, because they have the experience of running things. And yeah, that's like my final thoughts. I think, like I said, the event was pretty good. It was just purely executed. And if you have any questions or opinions, just post them under the video. Even though I got lost really big, I tried to remain on point, but it's really hard when everything comes to your head. I have my 13 or 10 categories of talking here on my notepad, but it just too much came to my head. And that's the first time I've done this kind of stuff. But I thought this was needed to be done because, well, I think it's really important that we don't let things like that slide under the carpet and be like, oh, that was bad, but the next time will be better, right? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Later today there's going to be a live stream at 8 p.m. and 8 p.m. German time, so look that up, GMT, whatever. I think GMT 9 p.m. So whatever. I'm gonna post on that on Facebook and Twitter. Hope you guys enjoyed this small opinion video about the whole Formula E thing. And even though I got kinda messed up most of the time, I think I brought my message out. Don't give up just because you thought it was bad. Don't give up on R Factor 2, because we all know it's a great simulator. And there's a long way to go for sim racing and esports, and we are just at the beginning of that. So have fun, enjoy your day, and I see you guys next time. Goodbye.